I'm fed up. I'm done with getting chased for hours at a time. I'm done with losing everything I've worked for in an instant. After all I've suffered and lost to these people, I think it's time that I become one of them. Reapers. I know for a fact that you have been a Reaper's victim at least once. And if not, then you're lying. Stop lying, bro. Why are you lying? It happens to all of us at some point, but it's not gonna happen to me. Not today. Because today, I'm one of them. Let's go sink some ships, baby. The instant I raised my Reaper Emissary flag, I was marked on the map for all players. Anyone I go after will know of my location before I know of theirs. Ships that I target will sail away from me the second they look at their maps and see I'm headed in their direction. This would usually make things tougher for a normal everyday pirate, but I'm no everyday pirate. I'm an above average pirate. I'm currently sailing off to the Skull Fort cloud in the sky because my goal is to reach an emissary level of 5. Once I reach level 5, I'll be able to see any ship that's running their own emissary flag on my map. It's kind of like a superpower for me, except I actually have to earn this ability. I don't just kind of get bit by something and then all of a sudden, oh shit, this is new, couldn't do this before. No, I earn it. I felt that the fastest way to get powers was going to be through defeating the skeleton fort in front of me. The very first obstacle in my way was going to be this ghost fort ahead, except it wasn't an obstacle at all. I just kind of sailed around it and then I was good. I could have stopped and taken on that fort, but the loot's pretty bad once you defeat it, and it's really boring to fight. I was just too good of a Reaper to be fighting such stupid enemies. As I drew closer to the fort, I couldn't stop thinking of the Skull Fort heist. The reward was going to be unreal. I need to stay focused or I could miss out on all the fort's loot. I need to stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Hey, I don't think you're just supposed to go after people like that. Oh, wait, I'm a Reaper, guys. Totally forgot. My B. I couldn't help myself. I had to go after the sloop. If I were able to steal any loot aboard the sloop, it would bring me closer to my goal of an Emissary 5 flag. And so, I did what I had to do. I murdered that man. He got destroyed. I feel good. I feel great. I felt amazing. I feel like I need another target right now. Get this loot aboard my boat so I can go after others. I'm a real Reaper now, baby. All right, let me be honest for a second. That dude was really bad. He put up no fight. I'm serious when I say this, and I have proof that it's true, but the terrain around the man did more damage than he did himself. How is that even possible? And how did that chest get up there? Why was it up there? Who put it up there? Was it that man? Was he using the Seafarer's chest and its loot shine mechanic as a lighthouse beacon? Dear God, he's a genius. Even after my encounter with a galaxy brain pirate, I still felt confident and was ready for the Skull Fort Wait a minute. You see that guy? He's doing all of the work for us. I'm just gonna let him do what he's doing and wait for him to finish the fort for us. I began waiting, just chilling. Feeling the breeze, organizing loot. Life was good, man. Life was good. Boom! He all of a sudden completed the fort. We're out of here. We are gone. Our Reap don't sleep, baby. I booked it after the sloop. I wanted that passive income, and I was gonna get it. As previously mentioned, because I'm a Reaper, I was marked on the map for all to see. Apparently, this dude's map was broken because he had no idea of my whereabouts. I assumed he had no clue that there was anyone near the fort because he was showing no signs of fleeing for safety, which most players would do. I raised sails to slow my ship and then open fired on his unsuspecting ass. I hope your eyes were closed for those first couple of shots because they were really bad. Or really good, depending upon if your eyes were open or not. After my first shot, he finally gained consciousness and began to react. He was trying to run away from me. Run away from me. What did I become? I had become the one who others must run from. I had become the monster. This wasn't a fair fight. This guy wasn't ready for my attack. He's most likely on Xbox playing with a controller. I had a keyboard and a mouse. I boarded his ship, and soon after, it looked as if the fight was almost over. I put myself in a spin of death and kept lighting his vessel up with no remorse. Chunks of ship were flying everywhere. His boat was taking on water like crazy. Our 1v1 officially ended after I unloaded cursed balls on him as he desperately bailed water out of his lower deck. This kept him from bailing and damaged him a good amount. Out of pity, I began communicating with my second victim. I'm sorry you're in this predicament, man. I apologize. I got you. Don't worry, dude. We have a nice, clean boat by the end of this. Let's get a little wash going. Once I knew he was dead and his ship had been sunk, I swam back aboard my ship and began setting course towards the fort. At the time, I planned on harpooning the sunken ship's loot onto mine, but things soon became complicated. Oh shit! Oh shit, oh shit. The guy managed to survive. I guess he swam to the island after he was sunk and then hid so he could ambush me as he's currently doing. I tried to kill him with a Hail Mary of a shot, but I missed. I had no other option but to use myself as a cannonball in retaliation. This was it. The last hope. I kill him or he kills me. And I missed. My ship was now sailing off without me and there was nothing I could do. L me. W him. I needed to get back aboard as soon as possible. So I jumped off the tower and caught the nearby mermaid. I got back on my ship and began turning the boat towards the fort for another pass. Afterwards, I was able to repair my boat in peace. There was no cannon fire. It was nice. Once I neared the fort, I began looking around for any signs of life. I saw nothing and heard nothing. It was quiet. A little too quiet. I saw his mermaid in the corner of my eye, but by the time I did, it was too late. You son of a bitch. I was in an ambush. Cannonballs flew at my vessel and I soon began to panic. You son of a bitch. I instinctually hopped on my own cannon and began firing back. Yeah, get wrecked. Within one shot, he was down for the count. I must have direct impacted him because he instantly died. The enemy was dead now. I just had to fix my boat and follow through with my heist plans. Oh shit. What? How? There's another pirate on the island. I guess the sloop I had sunk had 2 in their crew and not just the originally assumed 1. The random sniper shot did catch me off guard, but I knew I could win this final fight because that sniper shot landed nowhere near me or my ship. This guy was definitely not very good and was probably pissing his pants thinking about what I did to his buddy and what I might do to him next. Me and him exchanged shots and had a long distance battle. I was having a blast at this point. I'm always raising a Reaper flag from now on. This is so much fun. I hit 2 shots on him and he hit absolutely nothing. I think he hit my ship once, but that was it. Our battle began to slow and I got bored, so I chose to approach this man aggressively. I assumed he had been sniping me from within the main central fort, but was caught off guard once I landed and didn't see him. Where did this guy go? He's still just sniping my ship. There's no way. I managed to blow him up with his back turned to me. This battle was a little tougher than my last, but both felt equally enjoyable. I wanted to get back aboard my sloop in search of the enemy's loot that I had still not found. If loot sits in the water for too long, it will start to sink, and once it sinks, there's no getting it back. Down to the Mariana Trench that loot goes. Later, I remembered the ship I sunk had a few more than ideal storage crates aboard, and I needed to stock my own ship with those essential resources. I was certain the enemy sloop would return, and I wanted to be stocked up for the inevitable naval engagement. Everything was harpooned onto my ship, and what I had remembered being aboard was all there. Storage crates aplenty. Literally every storage crate in the game, they had it, but I sunk them, and so now I had it. It was all mine. I was then stocked and ready for the heist. As I reached the island, I remembered that I'd need a key to get into the loot vault. The key is like the size of a small plate, and the island on which it's hidden is massive in comparison. There's no way I'd ever find this key. The crewmates of the enemy sloop who I had taken out definitely hid the key in a very secure location, and not right where I had killed one of them. What the hell is wrong with these people? Top 10 worst hiding spots of all time. I wanted to see if the sloop was on its way after me, but once I shot myself out of a cannon to get a view of the surroundings, it didn't look like they were. There were actually no ships in sight. I was good to start the heist. I sailed my boat closer to the island and adjusted its angle to where I'd be able to bring the vault's contents over near the boat and then speedily harpoon it all aboard. I didn't have time to waste. Although I didn't previously see that sloop sailing its way to me, I was fully convinced they were just too far to see from where I was. Once I had the key and was opening the vault door, I saw the sloop. They were far, but would be at my island within a couple of minutes depending upon if they had wind or not in their sails. The loot inside the vault looked great. I instantly blew up all the kegs, and for one good reason. Imagine what would happen if the enemies got a hold of all those explosives. That could have been me. That could have been my boat. I swiftly began transferring the loot over to my designated harpoon pickup point. There were quite a few stronghold skulls, which are worth a good amount, and so I was happy. Once enough time had passed to where the sloop would be close on the horizon, I checked up on them to see where they were at now. They were close. I had maybe 2 minutes before they were going to be right on top of me. Time was of the essence, and I am a professional time manager. I grabbed almost everything of value, but refused to grab that whiny chest. He cries and it's so extra. I want good vibes only on my sloop and didn't want to deal with his low morale. The sloop had come within a close enough range of my ship to where I had to stop looting, harpoon everything aboard, and get out of there while I still could. Once everything that I could manage to steal was aboard, I lowered sails and put my ship in autopilot. It was going to sail away to safety as I went on the island and wreaked havoc on the intruders. I felt that I'd be able to deal the most damage to the sloop from one of the surrounding towers. These towers come armed with multiple cannons each, meaning I'd easily be able to get some shots off on the sloop and stop it from chasing my sloop. This was going to be payback for their ambush. Things had gone full circle. Now I had the high ground on them. After a couple shots, I had managed to take down their mast. They were in no way, shape, or form ready for what was yet to come. I cannoned off into the waters beneath their boat in hopes of delaying their plans of catching up to my vessel. The launch sent me a little too far beyond the ship, and I wasn't able to stop the man from repairing sails. During all this, he made one crucial mistake. The instant he raised his mast back up, he should have... Wait, no, not he. He should have... No. Where the hell was his teammate again? Where does that guy keep going? Nonetheless, I'm still stopping this guy from sailing away. Even after his crucial mistake, which was that he failed to lower sails soon enough to escape death, I silent boarded, but was still met with pirate in my face. Hey, pal. That first clink was the sound of pure clap. I was clapping this man until I wasn't, and I just began sword spamming like a bozo. Later. My sword skills were scary enough for him to jump overboard. The ship was all mine. I wanted to kill this guy more than anything, and so I tried to do so. I followed him into the water and engaged in aquatic combat. I was able to land a shot, and so was he. We were both low at this point, but I managed to hit him once more. He was then off to the gulag. I then went after a mermaid to get back on my ship. This battle was over with. Yeah, alright, let's get this elephant out of the room. Why not go back and take literally everything in exchange for max profit and a level 5 Reaper flag? Well, did you ever think of this? Those players were obviously newer, and even worse, all those crates I had stole from them, yeah, they didn't just find those. They bought each of those crates for a hefty sum of money. The storage crate alone was $17.5 thousand. Whatever loot I had left behind, all of it combined still wasn't going to make up for their losses. I had no issue at all with leaving them at least something in return for their completion of the fort. Let's have some decency out here, guys, come on. My new goal was to make it to the Reaper's hideout and sell all that I had stolen. My emissary flag had reached level 4, meaning each item I'd sell to the Reaper's hideout would be doubled in value. The sloop from before gave up on the chase and settled with whatever they could salvage from the fort. I then moved all loot towards the front of the ship, and I almost dropped the Bud Light chest off the boat while doing so. This organization session would make everything easier once it came time to sell. As I neared the hideout, I slowed my ship and parked in an easy to unload position. I then began to sell my plunder. Beached on the island near my boat, right off of the shoreline, was a rowboat with a harpoon attached to it. I used this godsend of a mobile harpoon to hook the treasure on land with ease. This made selling so much faster. After everything was sold, I had gained 37,470 gold. Notice how I said gained and not earned. I chose to use the word gained because I didn't really earn any of this. I just kind of stole it. Being a Reaper is fun, but only if you're sinking ships of a similar skill level. Otherwise, it just feels wrong. Psych. It's Sea of Thieves. Anything you own is up for grabs at any moment. Don't get caught lacking and lose everything you've spent hours working for. W Reaper, W Game, W Video, and a W Viewer if you like or subscribe to my lovely channel.